Hi, I'm Samantha McDouglas from thebridgeteachers.com. Come look over my shoulder at a play problem. We looked at the bidding of this hand last week. This week, we're going to look at the declarer play. Last week, we were looking at the north hand, the hand without very many points, and this week, we get to look at the 27-point hand. We were the dealer, we opened 3 no trump, and after that, everyone passed. Our left-hand opponent led the queen of hearts. It is now our turn to play, but before we ever play a card, we are going to come up with a complete plan for the hand. At the very least, we are going to assess the hand. So let's assess the hand. Let's count winners. We have 7 winners. How many do we need? We need 9. Where can we create 2 more tricks? We are guaranteed to be able to create 2 more tricks in the heart suit. Now, we might have a little transportation problem in hearts, but we can absolutely create 2 tricks. In diamonds, we can also potentially create 2 tricks. In order to do that, we would either have to get lucky with the queen dropping singleton or doubleton, or be able to take the finesse and have that work. The heart suit is a near guarantee. We can absolutely create 2 tricks. The only problem that we might encounter is transportation. In diamonds, we can definitely create 1 trick, but we may not be able to create that second trick. So hearts is definitely the better suit. So let's take a look at this very first heart trick. What would you play on this trick? You should 100% play the ace. By covering the queen with the ace, we promote our 10, our 9, our 8, and our 7. This means that we are only in danger of losing 1 trick, the jack. There's no value in ducking this trick. We have the opportunity to cover the queen with our ace and promote our cards. We don't need to run the shorthand out of hearts because we are actually planning on setting up hearts. Running the shorthand out of hearts by waiting to take the ace is something that we do when we're worried about the opponents making the suit good. Because we want to make the suit good, there would be no reason to do that. After this trick, we actually know whether or not we're going to have a transportation problem. Do we? No. The answer to why we don't have a transportation problem comes from this question. How many hearts are outstanding in the opponent's hands? Only 2. Since we have 3 hearts in our hand, we will for certain be able to get to dummy by leading our 8 of hearts and playing the 9 on our 4th heart trick. We just need to be careful and make sure that on the 4th heart trick, we have that 8. So now that we know we don't have a transportation problem, we know that we are making the hand. We are going to go ahead and set up our hearts by playing the king. And now we want to lose a heart to the jack. Does it matter which heart we play from our hand? Yes, very much. And I've kind of already given you this answer. In order to get to dummy, to take the rest of our good heart tricks, we need to make certain that we keep the 8 of hearts. So we don't want to play the 8 of hearts on this trick, or we'll find ourselves in a situation where we can't easily get to dummy. By playing the 10 of hearts to lose to the jack, we have now ensured that we can get to dummy to take our remaining 2 heart tricks. This will make 9 tricks. We'll be able to make the hand. After winning, West led the 6 of spades. Our hand played the 2, no reason to play anything else. And after East played the jack, we won the ace. Now we're going to cash our heart tricks with our carefully preserved 9 being sure to overtake with the 8. Cash the 7. And now we need to discard from our hand. What would you discard? I would discard a spade. There is almost no way that we are going to be making the 4 of spades good, so there is no reason to hang on to that card. Now we have 9 tricks, we can make our contract. Should we just cash our winners? No, do not just cash out. The person who played this hand played the ace king of diamonds, played the king of spades, and the ace of clubs, and very happily made their contract with 9 tricks. The problem with this is that for every trick we take, we get more points. So even if you're not playing duplicate bridge, you get a better score if you take more tricks. If you're playing duplicate bridge, the difference between making 3 when everyone else is making 4 or 5 or 6 can be the difference between a very bad score and a very good score. We don't want to risk our contract for Overtricks, but because we get a better score the more tricks we take, if there isn't any risk, we absolutely want to do that. So if we wanted to develop extra tricks here, how would we do that? By taking the diamond finesse. Is there any risk here? No. Now you do need to look for risk, because if there is risk, you don't want to do this. But in this case, even if the finesse loses, what can the opponents do that will hurt us? Nothing. If they lead a spade, we will play the king and win the trick and cash our winners. If they lead a club, fantastic. Now we'll take 2 club tricks because our queen will be playing fourth. And if they lead a diamond, our diamonds are all good. They can't lead hearts because they don't have any. We aren't in danger anywhere. We have control of all of the suits, so there is 0 risk in taking the diamond finesse. There is only benefit. Bridge is all about what risk am I taking? For what benefit am I getting? In this case, it's all benefit and 0 risk. So we 100% want to take the diamond finesse. We can do this by leading the jack. And when East shows out, what should we do? I would still take the finesse. We know that West has 3 diamonds with the queen. So we are going to lose a diamond trick. But in return, we get an extra trick. We get an extra diamond. If we just play the ace and the king, cash our ace of clubs, cash our king of spades, we are only taking 9 tricks. Why not take 10 tricks if we can? By taking the finesse here, we guarantee another trick. Our 8 of diamonds is now good. You might ask, why did I play the 8 instead of the 10? It's because I might want to get to dummy, depending on what West does now. If West, for instance, were to lead a diamond, I would go to dummy and take the club finesse because, again, there is no risk. If instead West leads a club, this is fantastic because now our queen is playing fourth. And if the king doesn't play, we can win the trick with the queen. And if the king plays, we can win the trick with the ace, making our queen good. But in this case, instead of leading a club and instead of leading a diamond, West led another spade. Now at this point, when we evaluate the risk versus reward and consider whether or not we should take the club finesse, what do we come up with? The risk is now greater than the reward. We are now vulnerable in spades. We no longer have a stopper in the spade suit. We no longer have control of the suit. The opponents have 3 spades. So if we were to take the club finesse and it were to lose, we could lose all 3 of those spade tricks. So here, high risk, low reward, we aren't going to do that. At this point, we're just going to cash out, taking our 10 tricks and putting pressure on West. If West discards the wrong thing, we will actually make even more tricks. Because now, when we cash the ace of clubs, the king drops and our queen becomes good. But even if West doesn't make this error, if we go back 2 tricks, if when we lead the 8 of diamonds, West correctly discards the queen of spades, we are still taking 10 tricks for an over trick that we created with no risk. Taking 10 tricks is better than taking 9 tricks and will get you a much better score. When we look at the scores on this hand, making 3 was worth 33%. Making 4 was worth 65%. And if we put this pressure on West and they make that mistake and throw the club instead of the queen of spades, and we make 5, we get 89%. The more tricks you can take, the better your score. Once you've made your contract, look and see if you can make an overtrick. Examine what is the risk for trying to create this trick? What is the reward? You don't want to risk your contract for an overtrick. But if there is no risk, you want to take as many tricks as you can. Thank you. Happy October! We have some fun hands coming your way. Be sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss any.